What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Phil. Today we're working on the S2000. I actually got this brass bushing for the shifter down here because I feel like the bushings in my shifter is going, because right now, if you see, this thing is like, it's like really loose, you know. And when I try to shift into like 5th gear, it's always kind of like wacky to get into. So from what I've read and some of the things that I've seen, they always say that the bushings on these cars go. Cool thing with this Ballad one, I actually got this, I got this from Ballad, but this is Renegade Motorsports bushing. It came with this grease pack and the bushing itself. So I already started pulling off the center console, which is pretty easy. I'm pretty sure all of you guys know how to do that. You know, just find a little piece underneath, pull it. I like to pull it from the back because it's always easier that way. Then I start lifting it up all the way around the sides. So once you pull off the center console with the shift boot and everything, this should be able to just come off. Well, technically this is supposed to be clipped in, so this means that this is probably changed before, because this just came out way too easy. But normally it's clipped into these little pieces down here. So now I just have to remove these bolts that's in the back over here and right here, and I think there's one right there, and then this shifter should be able to just come out. So I thought it was the 4 bolts that's back here, but you actually have to lift up this rubber piece, and then they're all behind here. For some reason mine has like this Allen key setup going on. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's the bolt right there. There's 3 of them. Mine has like an Allen key setup going on, so I don't know. I'm gonna try to I already took out the 2. I'm just gonna take out these, and then this whole shifter should be able to pop out. Bro, my shit was so rusted, the shit made no sense, bro. Holy cow, it took me so much to get that shifter out. But I got it out. About to clean out around this thing here and get some of this debris out of here. This spring look all crazy. This car, one thing, man, I tell you, never cease to amaze me. So as I was telling you guys before, it took a lot for me to take off this fucking shifter, right? So I kept telling you guys that I felt like my shifter felt weird. So I've really, honestly, I just figured out the reason why. So I think what I'm gonna have to do, which I'm probably gonna do either this week or like sometime next week, hopefully if I have time, I gotta drain. I'm gonna flush the trans. I don't know if they did it prior to me getting the car, but I'm gonna flush the trans. Bro, I just had to, because my garage, I don't have electricity in here, so I had to use my spray nozzle, right, to clear out the water that was inside here. Bro, look at how much water was inside there, bro. I had to put it inside this bottle. And yeah, because at first I was like, well, I could put it back together, drive down and just get my vacuum and get the water out of there. I'm like, oh, I don't feel like doing all that. So what I did was, like I said, I just used this little spray nozzle and just sprayed it into the bottle as I went. So I'm just gonna keep spraying a little bit more, clean it up, and then I think I'm gonna see if Maine is available today. I might try to go to his shop a little bit later, put the car on a lift and see if we can flush the trans and see if there's any more water left, because I feel like there might not be no water in the trans, but because the car was submerged in water, you know, I feel like underneath here got, you know, messed up, obviously. But when I tell you guys, it took me so much to get that shifter out, bro. I had to literally take the take the soft top down, stand on my seats, and yank it like 400 times, bro. I used the PB blaster to loosen it up because it was like rusted, and then I was able to get it out. So I don't know. And then on Sunday, I'm trying to go to this car show, so I hope after putting this back, there's nothing wrong, because I'm gonna be so mad. All right, guys. So I just finished cleaning out the little trans area, or the center console area where it had a little bit of water. As I showed you guys, I actually just poured it out. Look at all that. Ugh. But anyway, we're gonna grease this up so that way it doesn't re-rust. Put the new brass bushing in, which clicks into right there. And then yeah, and all this came with the Renegades kit. So let's get this all situated, so hopefully we can get back shifting prop. So I'm just gonna cut a slit in the little packet here. Hopefully this lighting is good, because something tells me that the lighting isn't good. I'm convinced this car hates me, man. So I tried to put this plastic piece back, which is one of the plastic bushings, but when I try to push it down, you know how it's supposed to, it's like a groove, right? So there's a groove on the side here and on the side here and then on the front that you see right here where my pinky's at. It's supposed to just slide in, right? But I'm thinking because the car, like, it was in water, maybe the plastic or something warped. I don't know. But it's not sliding in, right? So I'm gonna try to show you guys. It's not sliding in, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. Like, I shouldn't have to force it down there, right? So I think that's why this was stuck like that. So I put the spring in, correct? Let me turn on my light. I put my spring in. So I put the spring in, as you guys can see in there. The spring's right there. So the groove is lined up, the groove is lined up. You push it in. Obviously I don't have it on the shifter because I'm just trying to show you guys, but it's not going in, right? So it's like one side might go down, but then the other side doesn't. And I'm not sure why. So I'm gonna run to JR's and see if I can use his and see what happens, because it's not sliding in like how it's supposed to. So I think this is just warped. I filmed this video probably like last week sometime, right? But nothing was going to plan, nothing was working the way I wanted it to, so I ended up scrapping it. I might still use some of the other pieces and you know, put it in here to show you guys what I was going through. But basically today I'm working on the shifter bushings for the S2000. So if you have a S2K and your shifter starts to feel starts to feel sloppy or feel loose, or it's kind of hard to like go in gear sometimes, obviously, one, check your trans fluids, but two, it could be the shifter bushings. Mine, my car goes into gear perfectly fine, it's good, but it just felt very sloppy, it felt loose. So I was just doing some research and I was looking up all the stuff that I could see that like people was going through with the car, and lo and behold, they said that the shifter bushings normally goes bad, right? So I ended up buying a brass shifter bushing from Renegade Motorsports, which was sold out, so I think I got it through Ballot. And it came within like a week or so, and I went to go put it on. I put it in, went to go put it into the shifter selector, and when I went to put it in the shifter selector, it got stuck inside the shifter selector. So like when you put it into the little hole, which you're gonna see in a second, you gotta kind of gotta push it down and sink it in, so that way it goes right into this slot. So I did that, and when I went to go, like, you know, start bolting everything down, I went to like, I went to like pull it up a little bit, and it came out of the bushing, and then the bushing itself got stuck inside the selector. So I was fighting to get the bushing out of the selector. I finally got it out of the selector, and after that, the bushing was no good, obviously. So I ended up putting back the old one that was in there, and after putting the old one back in there, the car obviously went back to the way it was. So I bought some new ones, which is OEM. I just figured it might as well just go OEM instead of using all the other stuff. Ended up getting the OEM shifter bushings, and we're gonna see if it makes a difference today. So that's pretty much what I'm doing for right now. And then from there on, I'm gonna start showing you some of the other things that I got planned. This weekend should be pretty good because there's a car show coming up. I got some new parts for the car, and I got some other parts that I need to put on my truck. And that's pretty much what we got for right now. So let's get the day started. Let's get this shifter done, because it literally took me like 2 days, but not like fully doing it, but it took me like 2 days to get the shifter back to where it was, because I had to get another shifter because it was just so much stuff. Let's just get into the video. All right, so I already popped everything back in. The car seems like it has a smoother shift now. Not really shift, but when I put it in neutral, it's a lot smoother. It's not like super loose. It's still kind of loose though, I ain't gonna front. Still kind of loose. I don't know. So I'm gonna try to figure out some other scenarios to maybe tighten it up. Maybe I need some more. Maybe I do need to flush the trans or something. So I decided to drain the transmission, and look at how nasty that looks. This thing is crazy. Okay, so when you're draining the transmission, right, it's a 17, which is this one right here, and you got to use like a 3/8 ratchet to pop that right there. It should be fairly easy for me to pop it now, for the simple fact that I already did it yesterday. So I'm gonna pop it, crack it open, and make sure. But if you're doing this for the first time, just make sure you try to crack the fill bolt first before you crack the drain bolt, because if you don't, do this first and you can't get this open, now your transmission has no fluid in it, right? And you can't put nothing back in it. So try to crack this one first before doing anything else. All right, so you guys see it draining there. I'm gonna jack the car up on the other side so that way it drains a lot better. All right, guys, so your boy is back. Just picked up some synchro mesh transmission oil. Know what I mean, for the manual boys out there. I got 3 quarts. I think you only need to use like 2.5, maybe just 2, but I got 3 just in case. I'm gonna jack the car back up on this side to make sure it lifts up so that way I could get underneath the car to be able to fill back the transmission. I actually bought the tool like a little while ago where you could just put the little holes into the bottle and then pump, and then it'll fill into the transmission. So yeah, man, after this I'm gonna head towards JR because he needs me to help him with his car. All our cars is on jack stands, bro. I just don't know what's happening these days. I just need to get me like a brand new car, like a brand new 2023 or 2022 off the lot and just drive that shit.